Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today I'm bringing a review of the Transformers Warrior Class Robots in Disguise Autobot Drift. Now, Drift is actually a pretty sweet design and it does really well into the whole samurai motif that he's supposed to be based on. It is cool for once we're actually getting a Drift in a cartoon verse ever since his creation in the IDW comics, so it's really nice to finally get a representation of the character in a cartoon series for once. Now, he is a bit, yes, I know, he is on the orangey side and so on, but that's really, personally, I think it's really an awesome color, actually, for the design. At first, I was kind of skeptical about it, since I'm really used to the whole the white, reddish color that he is all the time. And obviously, in the movie, he was the blue samurai color, but I think it looks okay overall, especially since he is a really bright character in the cartoon series and so on. And funny enough, he is just basically a representation of the drips from the movie's original concept colors, which was also orange. So that's actually kind of surprising. They went straight into this figure instead of going into the movieverse. Anyways, we'll take a look at the box. It shows a picture of Drift up here. His car mode, which looks really nice. I really like the design of the car mode. It says it transfers in 7 steps and so on. So other than that, it just shows you the other products in line, which will be Bumblebee, Optimus, and Steeljaw. So this is pretty much the only second figure of Wave 2, the other one being Optimus Prime. Anyways, for his articulation points, it's actually pretty good, actually. His head can only go around that much, thanks to his head being on a bit bulkier side, thanks to the samurai helmet motif. His arms allows full movement. Can also bend in and out. He's actually got a double jointed arm due to transformation. It's got waist articulation, which is really cool to actually see both figures in Wave 2 actually have waist articulation. And the cool part is that he also has some skirt articulation, which allows full movement of the legs and won't hinder anything. His legs are on swivels and his feet can pivot. So he's actually got an amazing amount of articulation, especially for the simplified deluxes of today. The only accessories he comes with, which he's holding on to, actually, is both of his samurai swords, which, better enough, can actually slide into the sheath pieces on the side of his armor. You can store like that, so have a full samurai design. Now, the only disappointing figure so far about this is that when the figure was first introduced, there wasn't much to say about it. This is pretty much the design we got. However, even when you look at the animation design here, he actually has minicons that shoot out of his gauntlets on his arms, which is not available in this version, and will be available in the deploy version, which doesn't look that good, but I might get it just because it does have the whole minicon thing, and the fact supposedly it's actually around the deluxe scale too, so it's not too bad, but it is a bit weird that they went ahead and gave him even more stuff that the deluxe toy on its own can't do. Anyways, his articulation, sorry, not articulation, his transformation is also quite simple. What you're going to do is just take out the swords, push up the feet, turn this entire leg around, pull up the pieces to form the hood of his car mode, peg everything together. So now you got the top part of his vehicle mode. What you're going to do first, next should I say, is pull up this panel, so now everything can get space to move in, which I actually forgot to do at first. So let's just peg this together. Come on. For some reason he's giving me a little bit of a trouble here. Okay, there. And then you're going to move these out of the way, pull up the panel here so now it becomes the front of the vehicle, push these inward, and use the double joint and bend them in like that on both sides. So it looks like that. And you're going to peg them inside the area there. So once you get everything together, just snap it to place. And once everything's done, you should have Drift in his vehicle mode. Now I have to admit the vehicle mode is extremely nice looking. It's got this Batmobile kind of style here with the logo and the way that the colors work in the front and so on. And I really like the design of the toy. I also like the fact that his tires are kind of a smoky, clear color. So it gives a little bit more of a vibrant design to his overall vehicle mode and makes him stick out since he doesn't have the standard black wheels. The wheels do all lay flat, so it's good. A lot of movement all around. And I really think it's an impressive design overall in both vehicle and roam mode. Now with swords, you can actually store also in vehicle mode if you wanted to. What you do is, at the hilts of each sword, there's empty space where it allows you to peg them into both sides. Now there isn't really a way specifically that they go in, if I remember correctly. I think you just peg in any sword on either side. But once you peg them in, they'll stay secure. And they won't get in the way of the vehicle mode wheels. So that's really impressive, and I really think they did a nice job designing this toy. Now, Drift is actually a really sweet toy in the line so far, and actually he's starting to slowly become one of my most favorite characters / toys in the entire RD line so far. I think it's got a lot of nice play value and a great amount of articulation and multiple other things that just makes this figure stick out and pop out more than any of the other characters released so far. Even the Optimus, while impressive, it just doesn't have really that much of a feeling that this Drift gets me when I play around with it. And I really think they did a nice job designing the toy. I don't really see any faults with the toy. Now, some design cues like the bulky arms and the fact his body is just a bit bulky, I think it works well with the samurai motif, and especially when it comes to animated toys, it's got a lot of cheats here and there with a lot of panels sticking out on the side of vehicle modes and all that. So I'm grown accustomed to that. It doesn't really bother me too much about these long door panels on the side, and I still think they did a really nice job designing the toy. And while it is still missing a few paint apps, especially since I got to show closely on the box, it's got this whole goatee design he's got. It's not really seeable in any of the design here, but it's not really too bad, and I think they did a good job designing the toy, even with the limits that it's got. Anyways, I got this at Target along with Optimus Prime and Fix-It, and I gotta admit, if you find it in stores or even just getting online like Amazon or Hasbro Toy Shop, he decides to go up there, I say pick him up, and he's definitely a worthwhile toy to have. Anyways, please kindly subscribe, check out Hirotagu and the associated podcast on Roger Neon, WRW Hero Talk and Hero News, and I'll see you YouTube. Bye.